Hey, hey, hey. Long time no say. Sorry again, it's been forever. As usual in my life, I have been so buried I have not had much time to do anything out here in the shop. But today I was able to have some time and I came out here and worked on the KDX250, so this is a brief update. Sorry I didn't have the camera rolling while I was working. I was in and out and in and out. So let's give you a brief update. Starting with the front, the forks are on. The front fender from Polysport is now also attached. We've got the front powder coated wheel and the Sedona 907 front with the tubeless. I've polished the not polished, I basically cleaned up the rotor, cleaned up the axle. These are aftermarket fork guards from China. I had them on Katsumi and they seem to work okay. They're not super high quality, but you can't find originals, so it is what it is. One of the things I noticed when I cleaned up this front gear drive that runs the speedometer, the guy that had it before, I don't know if he cut the cable off or whatever was damaged, so he just siliconed it. I'm going to leave it that way for now. Probably going to put a Trail Tech electronic speedometer on it anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Coming over here, you guys know the motor's already been in. Rear shock is installed. All the linkage has been done. Bearings have been redone. You remember that part. We've got the rear wheel installed now. I've cleaned up the brake mount and the axle and these adjuster plates, pins. They've got cotter pins through them to keep them from coming out. Rear rotor has been cleaned, brushed up a little bit. Rear tire Sedona 907 18-inch with tubeless. And you can tell, let's come over here. It's kind of hard. This is not a wide angle lens, so it's kind of hard to see, but as you can see, I've got a brand new KN 36mm carb. I think it's called the Air Striker. Right now, I'm not worried about the jetting. The main jet's a 170. I couldn't. I'm not gonna worry about the jetting until I actually start the bike and run it. But I did have to change the top part in order to get the stock throttle cable to work. From what came on the new carburetor, I took the piece out of the old carburetor and threaded it in there so the throttle cable would fit correctly. And I did find the cause of this motor's demise. Let me see if I can look over here in the garbage and find it. Right here. This is the carb intake boot. You may not be able to see it very well, but big time crackage. Can you see that? It's cracked multiple places. It's split right here. You can't see that very well. But that sucked in air and that's going in the garbage. So what happened was the carburetor sucked in air through the intake boot that was old and cracked, leaned out the motor, didn't have enough fuel and oil mixture in there to lubricate the crank, and I think that's why it seized. So this is a new one, Air Striker carb. That took me probably 2 hours to clean that airbox. But as you can see, it looks super clean and nice now. You hate to put a brand new bike together with a brand new motor and have a dirty airbox or dirty air track. That's just stupid. So I spent a lot of time cleaning that. And inside of here, I thought this is interesting. It's actually got foam inside both sides to keep noise down, I guess. It was in decent shape, so I left it. We'll get a new air filter, and this piece right here is one of the bars, that part of the frame that comes off. And once I got the airbox back in, I was able to remount that powder coated piece of the frame. And then back here there's two bolts here and here that hold the airbox up. So we're in good shape there. Rear sprocket is on, chain guide is on, and the new chain, it's an O-ring. I'll look it up in just a second. A new front sprocket. It's a 13 tooth. I don't have the clip that goes against here, so I'm gonna have to get that. I believe it's a 13, what is it? 1348. I know you guys can't see that. I'm getting the 45? No, it's 48. Rear sprocket's a 48, front's a 13. This is a trail machine, so I kind of want it geared down kind of low. Oh, she was in and out in a hurry. But that's pretty well where we're at right now. And then I've got the clutch cable is on now, and we're gonna route that later. But doesn't look bad, does it, guys? So I think at this point, next step is I've got to finish running. I've got to clean the radiators, get the radiators on, plumb the motor for a coolant, put a new spark plug in. I've got a brand new pipe. It's FMF fatty. I was looking for a gnarly, but I couldn't find one, so I got a fatty. And what I've decided to do, like everything, that's the stock muffler. I'm just struggling to try to find an aftermarket one that'll fit, so I think I'm going to polish that up, repack it, and use the stock muffler. I don't mind, you know, for being in the woods, to have it a little bit quieter. I'm okay with that. And anyway, that's where we're at right now. I've got still a lot to go to get this bike done, but at least I made some progress on it tonight, and my goal is to try to have it done in the next month because I've got other stuff. You see my dad's bagger there. This is actually a KLX 400, basically a DRZ 400. It's the KLX 400 SR model. And I'm building, that's a long story how this bike came into my hands, but it is mine. Needs a lot of work. I'm building a 470 big bore stroker motor for that. And depending on how much time I have, I may or may not record it, but I'll show you guys the outcome when it's done. Got a 40 millimeter FCR carb, Yosh exhaust. It's going to be basically a trail, just a dual sport bike. Why? I don't know. I have no need for it, but anyway. KDX is coming along good, and I'll keep you posted. Sorry it's been so long since we've had an update, but there's where we're at so far, and I'm hoping within a month to have it done. It's starting to warm up out here, and it's going to be time to ride. And I don't want to spend my whole summer wrenching this year. I want to go out and ride. So hope you guys are all doing well. Leave a comment below your thoughts, and we'll chat with you soon. Duff back to go.